everyone.
We're attempting a couple different lives. So we're at the Root to Rise backyard in Georgetown, Texas, and we're with Artisan Advancement Collective. This is our second meeting, and you can either catch us on Grit Mercantile or on
Blooming Heart Shop, 711. That's
awesome.
me, baby.
All right, so
We got Danielle and Amanda here, but we have our special guest. It's going to be Mr. Christopher Durst. He is the producer for the Uhland Fall Festival. We have him here to talk more about Uhland and what he has for a vision for the festival itself and for the artists too. So, Mr. Christopher, come on up, guys. Give him a round of applause. All right, that's your microphone.
Hold it.
I can make notes.
I will try to look around.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, I'm from the Uhland Fall Fest. We just finished our second year there. We were originally in the Dripping Springs Pumpkin Festival. We were there for 3 years. It was a great run. We outgrew the city really quickly, and were asked to limit our attendance or move the festival. And of course, we opted to move the festival because what fun is it to limit your attendance?
Yeah.
So Uhland grew really well this year, and we're already planning next year and making several changes to our food and beverage options and to our market. One of the biggest things as vendors, I'm sure everybody would appreciate, is we're actually going to move the market to the very front of the festival. It's actually going to share space with the pumpkin patch, which is probably, the most highly trafficked area in the festival. So you'll be catching everybody on the way in, and you'll be catching everybody on the way out. It's a 6-weekend festival. I think our last year in Dripping, we had 72,000 people, and then of course we moved. Naturally, we dropped to, I think, 37,000. This year we were at 52,000. Next year we're expecting to get back into the 70s. We should be at 75,000, so that's about 15,000 per weekend over six weekends. So it's a great festival for our vendors. Super vendor friendly. We go out of our way to make sure that everybody is taken care of and has a great time. And that's how we met these lovely people.
Yeah.
And had a blast. I just said, hey, we should sit down and talk. And they're like, well, hey, this is perfect. We have this whole collective of artisan artists, and we said, bring them. This is a perfect fit. We're starting to eliminate kind of resale products and really getting down to handmade, handcrafted, boutique products, which is really kind of what our attendees are asking for. And so I'm happy to answer any questions, but that's kind of who we are and what we're doing.
Yeah, I got to do the Uhland Fall Festival with Christopher last year for the first time, and even though I knew it was a 6-week festival, I knew that I could commit to that. As a vendor, you're very skeptical about that. I know that you go into a lot of bad experiences maybe from other festivals and stuff, but I can tell you that after just doing one weekend with him last year, I couldn't wait to sign up for more. We could only commit to 3 this time because we had committed to other things too, but absolutely next year we're going to be going all in, all the way, doing all the weekends, because I truly believe that Christopher not only is in it for the experience of the customers, but for the experience of the vendors too. I felt that we vibed right away talking about artisans and artistry, and he really recognized the quality of my products, the quality of John and I's salesmanship, our booth, the attention to detail that we do for little things like that. And as artisans, I think that we can appreciate somebody that can appreciate little things like that too. So, and he's always looking to grow, always looking to make things better for us, for the experience for customers too. So I think that getting on the ground floor with this and having a dedicated time and a slow period that can be really slow, knowing that you've got these things, knowing that you've got this big festival that's growing, is going to put a little bit more reassurance in you, yourself, and your business, and be able to help you grow. That's a whole part of the Artisan Advancement Collective, and that's, I know Christopher's about that too, is about helping us grow, which is not like any producer that I ever know. They just kind of want to take your money and run, and he wants to help you. He wants to make you grow as a business. So I've never felt that before, so I couldn't wait to.
I appreciate it. I mean, our vendors are on the front line, so when attendees are coming around and chatting with you guys, and everybody's happy and having a good time, and it's prosperous, they feel that energy. They realize, if everybody, all of our employees and all of our vendors are having a great time,
yes.
then obviously it's a trickle down effect. It means that hopefully there's good management in place as well. But we do go out of our way to ensure that there's plenty of guests in there. We do a lot of freebies as well, just to ensure that there's always plenty of attendees to shop. Seniors 65 and over are free. Next year, kids 5 and under will be free. So we've always done 3 and under. The industry has followed us, and now we're going to do 5 and under. First responders, veterans, active duty military. So we try to run all kinds of different promotions. There's some promotions we're going to be doing next year that I can't really talk about, but I assure you it's going to drive a lot of people to the festival. And
what I like that you do too is you do themed weekends, which I appreciate because since I'm making my product, if I have the ability, I can have the ability to make something that's going to be themed for that weekend that I know is going to sell. People are here for this, and then if I make that, they're looking for that from the Uhland Fall Festival. That they can remember. This was a memory from this weekend, from 2025, that they take to their house, that they continue to bring back, and they continue to want to get again.
Well, I mean, there's statistics on that, right? One of the reasons we like to do themed weekends, and this is how it really started out, was to give attendees a reason to continue to come back. And as they come back and they see different product, well, it's a different shopping experience and encourages them to shop more. And there's, research will show you that you can increase your sales by 30% if you're following some sort of theme, right? So if we're doing butterfly weekend and everybody's got butterfly products, well, that's what they're there for.
Right.
So they're more apt to buying butterfly related products. So regardless of what your product is, if you just stamp it with a butterfly or your booth is decorated with some butterflies, you're going to attract a guest because that's what they're there for.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I love that. Does anybody have any questions for Christopher right now?
How do we get signed up? How do we get signed up?
Signed up.
They are going to blast you out a link tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah. John and I are now going to be taking over this vendor side. We're going to be taking care of the artisan vendor side. So you can contact John. We're going to have a link that we're going to send out tomorrow for everybody to put your applications in. It will be jury. We will be checking out to see how your booth setup is at festivals too. We're going to be going out to festivals and checking things out too. So be on the lookout for me and for John, and I don't know, just bring it. Yeah, but we're going to be doing applications really soon.
What are the hours for the festival?
10 a.m. to 7 p.m. 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And you'll be happy to know that next year the load zone is literally 10 yards from the market. So you will drive up, you will drop right here, and you will walk to those rocks right there, and that is where the market will be. So the load in and load out is going to be super, super easy to next year.
Yeah.
So if it's 10 a.m., then what time do you typically have vendors come in?
So vendors are allowed to come in and set up every Friday from 12 to 6. So if you have a heavy setup and you just want to get your tents and your tables there, you can definitely roll in on Friday. And then Saturday morning, you can roll in as early as 8 o'clock. Sometimes we have vendors saying, hey, I need a little bit more time. Can you be there at 7:30? No problem. We're always about accommodating everybody. Communication is key, but we'll make sure everybody has plenty of time to get set up. And then, so you can leave your product overnight as well. You can leave your setup. You don't have to break down on a Saturday night and then come back and set up Sunday morning. So you can do that if you book consecutive weekends. We want you to break it down just in case something happens and somebody gets sick and they can't come back and your setup's not sitting in it, but you can leave your equipment on site. We'll have a spot where you can store things and just make it super convenient for everybody.
Oh, that'd be nice. That's really awesome. Being able just to kind of keep that stuff there, I know always helps out on my poor husband who has to do all of the heavy lifting. So thank you. I thank you on John's behalf. Yes.
Just bring us breakfast.
The cost. So
we are finalizing those details tonight. We met yesterday and we talked about some incentives. We're happy if anybody wants to book a single weekend, but historically what has happened over the last 5 years, is that we wouldn't allow a vendor to book unless they were there all 6 weekends. Last year we started opening up a little bit because we wanted some new vendors. We discovered some great vendors, and so in working with them this year, we decided that we would allow 2 weekends to come in, and so the longer you're there, which is beneficial to you, the less expensive it will be. So they'll roll out the pricing tomorrow for you. Yeah. It's just easier for us, and it's easier for you if you commit to multiple weekends, especially consecutively. And then our guests, like, as they come in, we have about a 33% return rate. So as they come in the first weekend and they see you, they come back the next weekend or weekend after, and you're still there, they start buying products from you.
Because people can buy a season pass where they can
Yeah.
go to all the weekends too. So it's not just one weekend that they're going.
Well, next year we're adding some things as well. So this year there was a single pass and a single day pass and a season pass. Next year, because we're doubling our entertainment and we're splitting the weekends, there will be a single day pass, a weekend pass, and then a season pass. So we saw a heavy return this year with a season pass. Next year we expect to be a greater return because we're doing the weekend passes.
I love that, and it's such a. I wish you guys would have been able to get out there this year because Christopher did such an amazing job of curating such a beautiful space that was so open and friendly and inviting and expansive, but yet not. You didn't feel like you were too lost. There was always something around every corner, but I could see why people would want to return. And then with different theme weekends that happens, it becomes more of an experience and not just a one-time thing. It becomes this experience we want to do over and over again. That these families want to do over and over again. So it's really, I can see the draw in that. I really, really can. So.
And again, next year we're doubling down on the entertainment, so we expect people to want to return even more. And another thing, and I think by the time you guys got there, there was still some, but at the very beginning, before the first weekend, we always drop a huge stack of hay right in the middle of the market so that all the vendors can pull hay and decorate their booths with. You can pull any pumpkins that you want, get into the fall spirit, so that everything is, well curated and branded and just looks nice for the
We did that too. We got a hay barrel and some of those awesome pumpkins and boards and made our space look really good. Some little fall leaves around our table and stuff, our mat and our rug and everything. And yeah, it had its own little appeal, its own little space. It was lovely, yeah. And being able to use something like that, because I already am hauling, John is already hauling all these things. So
Correction.
just to be able to get into, your pumpkin patch and take that stuff right there was really nice, yeah.
Actually, it's a double question. When is it? Where is it?
Okay, so when is it and where is it?
When is it and where is it?
So Uhland, which a lot of people had never heard of until last year, is just east of Kyle. It is 25 minutes from downtown Austin. It's actually really convenient to get to. You shoot down, you exit 150 on Kyle, you take 3 turns and you're in the festival. So next year, the dates are September 26th, every weekend, every Saturday and Sunday for 6 weekends until November 1st.
How many vendors are you accepting?
Probably about 300. No, I'm just kidding.
We've been to markets like that.
We actually limit our numbers. We really, really go out our way to ensure that the vendor's going to do well at the festival. So with as big as the festival is and the space that you have, we could probably pretty much calls for 60, but we like to limit around 40 vendors because we want the product to be very curated. We want really, really good product there. We don't want to just sell to have 60 spots. We want the best product there for our attendees. So we find that it's better if we just kind of limit it and not just try to sell every vendor booth that we can at the festival.
I definitely can appreciate that. Yeah.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Yay, I love them.
How big are the areas for each vendor for us to
Ah.
see that?
Sure. I mean,
Like the booth.
by 10 booth, but if you require bigger space, there's plenty of space. And again, it's one of the reasons why we limit our numbers because we do have trailers, we have people wanting 10 by 20s, a couple of vendors doing 20 by 20s.
It's like a way for people, if you were standing and talking to somebody at somebody's table, you felt like you were already in the aisleway. So if somebody was trying to pass you, you felt like you had to kind of get around them and stuff. Not here. There's so much room. And there's room around your booth too. We had plenty of room to set up and, have our own space. It didn't feel cramped at all like normal places
I think
can.
it's important to say too, from a vendor perspective, is you have the ability to corner. You're not smashed in between two other vendors. You're not in between. You have the ability to do a corner, or you can walk through your way around if you really wanted to.
That's
And
huge.
you're not funneling through one small area to load in and out. It's actually in the middle. We have a huge evac area. I don't even know how big it is. It's pretty wide. And then we have temporary barricades there. As you come in to load in, we will actually remove all the barricades in the morning. And you could probably park like 7 cars next to each other, loading out and loading in at the same time.
Nice.
So it'll be really, really convenient and very quick for you to get in and out of here.
Oh, I love a quick setup, easy setup.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. Yes.
So I have a question. So talk to us about weather, because it's outside, right? So kind of what are some things that we should take into consideration with that?
It's a great question. We are rain or shine. We do not shut our festival down. We sell pre-sale tickets, and our last year in Dripping, it was 32 degrees, and everybody's like, "Can we shut down? Can we shut down?" And I'm like, "No, look at the line."
Yeah.
I mean, there was a huge line of people that were rolling in, and so that is the one thing that we ask of our vendors is that you are set up at 10 o'clock. You do not break down until 7 o'clock, and we are rain or shine. Now, this year, unfortunately, we actually got hit by a tornado. That was totally unexpected. There's nothing we can plan for, but we had such a great team that we were able to regroup, get everything set back in, and then we were reopened for Sunday. So it was the first time in 33 years that we ever had to actually shut our doors.
So that brings up a follow-up question. Emergency evacuation plans and things like that. Is that something that you take into consideration?
Oh, absolutely. It's all part of our permitting, and
Yeah.
basically during evacuation, everybody just goes to their vehicles, which are right next to you in the parking lot, and you just hang out until everything's clear. And we don't expect any tornadoes this year. We don't expect any for another 20 years.
Right. That was the one.
Such a random thing. In 33 years, we've never experienced that. But yeah, there's always the potential for an emergency situation, and our team jumped in and handled it this year. And
You never know with these pop-ups and stuff. John and I, we have something that we call our oh shit bag, and it literally is just tarps that we can throw over the tables first, clamp them down onto the tables, so then all of our product on the table is okay, and then we can start putting up like the walls on the tent and making sure that that's secure. Because there was a situation where we had a pop-up in Georgetown, and we were trying to put the walls up, and they're flapping everywhere, and you can't put them up, and all my product's getting all wet. And I was like, you take care of the product first.
Yes.
So figure out, a plan for you, your own oh shit plan, because it's good to be ready. It's good to have. We're going to make sure that everybody has the proper kind of weights on their tents too. We know how important that is for safety, and to make sure that you've got your product and stuff too. So.
And I do want to say this: the tornado did not hit us during the festival.
Yeah.
It hit in the middle of the night at 1:30 in the morning. So if we were actually in the middle of the festival, we would have already been analyzing the weather reports, and we would have realized something strong was coming to us, and we would have, made sure that everybody was broken down and secure. But bring your 50-pound weights.
Absolutely.
Bring your nails to put into your feet. And,
He does allow stake, so if you're not used to that, most places don't allow you to stake down. You absolutely can stake down your tents here, and it is a good thing to do.
idea.
Yes.
So for those who haven't really had experience with outdoor stuff, what kind of, for both of you or anybody else in the group, like advice on that?
Again, have that oh shit bag ready. Make sure you bring walls for your stuff. Keep those weather reports always handy on your phone too. Talk to other vendors too, and don't risk your product. Don't risk your product. Don't risk yourselves, and make sure that you just keep it secure.
Yeah, you're not going to get any issues from us. Like if you have product that cannot get wet and there's some sprinkles, we need you to not break everything down, but secure your product. Hopefully you have some other things that you can kind of keep
Well, that's what I
out.
like about my plastic, my tarping. I'm able to put it over there, and it's blue plastic, and so you can see. So if I needed to, if there was some diehard person out there shopping in the rain, which there are some people that are doing it.
I mean,
they do
wait
it.
in
They
line
take
in the rain.
advantage. Yeah.
They will
so,
absolutely wait in
I mean,
line.
so I could still have my product showing too,
Yes.
you know, and I can still bring it out for them too. So there are ways around that. We had a little bit of sprinkles and stuff, and Johnson had some of his leather work and stuff, so we're scooping things kind of in a little bit and away from the sides. There's always ways around things. Absolutely, you just got to figure out how it works for your tent and for your way too.
I've got an online question.
Yeah, what's the other question?
Is a 10 by 10 the smallest, or a table's a possibility? Because not all vendors have enough product to fill up a 10 by 10.
I think because of the look that we're going for, I think that we're going to stick with a 10 by 10 tent, just to be able to keep out of the sun and the elements as well too.
Yeah, continuity, conformity.
I mean, think about it though. If you could pull off a really cute area with just one or two tables, you will have a 10 by 10 area to decorate and address still too, and to kind of make your own space. But I can understand if you don't have a lot of product to be able to do, you got to be really artisan product.
Add on to that question, if you only have product enough for a table, would you allow someone to share the tent? You have two vendors.
For the tents be individual, particular to that vendor, so that our attendees understand the product. Because we have seen situations where like 3 people are sharing a tent and the products are like all over the place. It doesn't make any sense, right? And if we feel that way, we know our attendees are walking by and going, we tried this one year and it just didn't work for us. So we would prefer that everybody have their own space and their own tent.
You'd need like the sibling tape line down the center.
Yeah.
Hey, yes.
What about for a person like me? I'm a photographer. If I wanted to set up a mini session booth,
Okay.
10 by 10 around size, but I personally don't use tents because it casts a really rough shadow. I consider umbrellas and things like that in the past for shade, for protection, whatever. Do you require a tent specifically?
So I am a professional photographer myself. That's my background in tour photography. That being said, we do not like professional photographers coming into the festival because they rearrange everything and they walk away and they leave everything in disarray, right? That's not targeting every professional photographer, but I would say in Dripping Springs, we had such an issue with photographers coming in here and rearranging things they wanted and just walking away and leaving like that. And so if you are a professional photographer and you're wanting to come sell sessions, you would actually need to reach out to us and secure a private separate license so that we know who you are and there's a deposit, and as long as you do everything you say you're going to do, we have no issues.
That's good to know because this is
That's a question I had the other day, too.
incredibly beautiful area, and people are out there taking pictures all the time, everywhere. It's amazing. So as a photographer, to ask people to go down there, to get a hold of us and get that permit, I think it's a wonderful way to get your clients multiple opportunities and multiple background sessions, everything. It's really wonderful.
Yeah, I would say people go strictly to this event. So I would say there are thousands of photos from Uhland that are up on people's mantle for their
Absolutely.
fall. Like
Absolutely. This is
it's
their,
picture
they go here for their
opportunities.
Christmas card photo. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I want to just explain this a step further too, is that there's a lot of photographers who are actually using the festival. They're selling thousands of dollars worth of packages.
Interesting.
They're coming in for $20 and they're utilizing our space and monetizing it, and that to us is just totally inappropriate. So again, there's a way to work it out. Just
Well, I think it's fair
contact us
to the
directly.
vendors too. You
No,
know,
it's-
I mean,
it's not.
we pay our fees. We're paying our fees, and they are what they are. But somebody shouldn't be able to come in and be able to ride the coattails on that for a very low fee. I appreciate that. You know, trying to have it be fair across the board, and that's all I would ask for is just fairness. You know. So thank you for that.
So as soon as we see an SLR camera, if it's not mom and dad carrying it, if we see a third person with them, we know right away that there's a professional photography shoot about to happen and stuff. And everybody denies it.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's happening.
Yeah.
So we just want communication. That's it.
Yeah.
Just communicate with us and let us know you're doing it.
Nice.
Another question. With the double vendor thing, what if we're the same company but we're two different types of vendors?
Same company.
So explain. I'm not
So I do leather. She does jewelry.
Okay.
So to us, that's a totally different product. And again, we wouldn't want you to share a tent because to us it's not going to make sense if you have beauty products in with leather products. You know what I'm saying? We would want an individual booth for each one of those things.
Anybody else?
I'm trying to think.
Don, questions?
I don't have any more.
Any questions?
No, not right now.
Ask them. We have
I
people
wanna-
from all over.
I want to definitely thank everyone for coming out to the second meeting. I am incredibly excited to be working with Christopher. I hope that we can get y'all to help grow. That's what this whole collective is about. It's about growing and growing with Christopher. You know, in the space in Uhland, it only leads to better opportunities. You never know what kind of opens up for you. People that you need, the other vendors that you need. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this, being on the ground floor with it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really want to say.
And I'd like to add to that, we go out of our way to actually promote our vendors' businesses. So you're not just there getting the visibility on the ground, but we promote, we let them know who's there, what
Yeah.
kind of shopping experience they're going to have, and so that they're able to actually look you up outside of the festival and then find you at other markets. And if you talk to any of our vendors at our festival, they will tell you how much business they get outside of the festival because of the exposure they receive from the festival.
So
Okay.
I had
Go
someone
ahead.
fall out earlier, but I had a few music artists
Uh-huh.
as well, and maybe a little bit of information about possible music artists or something like that.
Yeah, would they be reaching out to John and I or to you?
No, that's entertainment. Tell them, have them reach out to us directly. The catalog this year will be expansive, so we're definitely looking for all kinds of different entertainers.
Solo artists, groups, all kinds of things. Yeah.
Real family-friendly entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask the question I feel like we probably all want to ask. So as an event producer, like, what is it that puts vendors, like, on your good list or your bad list?
Oh, yeah, I like that one.
It's a really
Yes.
good question. I always tell everybody, I mean, obviously there are all kinds of rules that you have to follow when you go into an event, but I have one rule, and it's be set up and ready to sell at 10 and do not break down until 7 o'clock. Imagine our attendees rolling in at 6:30, having paid for 4 people, and all they see is everybody breaking down. And I cannot tell you, it's shocking to me how many people will spend the money that they do on tickets and roll in 30 minutes before the festival closes and then be upset that, well, everything's closing down. And so, hey, we understand. And so for that reason, you know, if you want to kind of get everything organized to shut down, that's one thing, but just be open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. You got to understand it's an attendee experience, and if they pay to be there, they should get the full experience.
Absolutely. I think that I've never wanted to break down before, and I think it's really funny because as soon as I do break down, it's those last minute people that are walking around, because they are, that are going to see you doing that, and I make sales almost every single market last minute because of that. So, wait, I'm in no rush at all. It's as easy as it is to pack up and roll out of there too, and meeting my stuff, or if it's the last day, I can put my car up. I'm in no rush to be able to get out of there and get out there fast. So yeah, and I have a good time at your festival anyway.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Everybody's really cool. You provide a really cool vibe. So
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm excited for everyone else to feel that too. Yeah, be a part of that.
How about, like, what then, let's go back to the good side. So, like, what would make a vendor stand out to you as, like, just a stellar vendor?
I mean, communication with attendees, right? I'll tell you that when we see a vendor just sitting in their booth on their phone the whole time, they're not coming back the next year, because you're not doing yourself justice, and you're not representing the festival well. And so to just see friendly people, like, you're there to sell product. You're not going to sell product unless you're talking to attendees. So just, hey, how are you guys? Thanks for coming to Uhland Fall Fest. Just that friendliness creates a great vibe. And one thing we pride ourselves on, a lot of reviews we get is, their staff and their vendors are so friendly. And that to us is really, really important.
And I know Danielle has talked about yours being like a destination event. So, like, I'm thinking about people coming in from other areas I mean, that's very Texan. We want to be friendly. So that leaves them with really good.
Yeah. And we do market Houston and Dallas. Obviously, San Antonio is just generally marketed. And then we do some cross promotions in Europe with some other festivals. And so
I knew this guy was
a lot of Europeans.
hardcore with that. Whenever I was in Round Rock the first year, we're trying to figure out what were we gonna do in the fall, what festival is there, and I look in the sky like I'm looking, above for some help, and there it is in the sky. There's a giant plane with a tail thing behind it that says Uhland, and I was like, John, this is literally a sign.
Yeah, we gotta go to this thing.
I was like, if this guy is in the sky doing this, I was like, what is Uhland and what is this all about?
funny.
So yeah, that was.
So it's funny because my brother's a producer as well. We won't mention their name on here, but we had the plane go and fly circles around their festival. And of course, my brother called me and said, "Nice one, man. Nice one."
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's how I was literally a sign.
That's
in
also
the
very
sky.
Texan.
Yeah.
That's great.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, will there be any like spring festivals or
great
winter
question.
ones?
Yeah.
Winter?
So the Uhland Fall Fest is the first launch of a much bigger project. The festival grounds is 15 acres. The parking's 15 acres. By the way, we can park 2,600 cars. Just want everybody to know that.
Oh yeah.
But the entire property is 100 acres. And so there will be a spring festival, there will be a winter festival, but we'll also be building a very authentic, one-of-a-kind Western town, brewery, barbecue restaurant, wedding venues, lodging. And as those things get constructed, the festival will start moving up into those areas. And then we'll be able to kind of do different events simultaneously. So big plans for this little property.
I was about to
Uhland,
say,
Texas.
in this little place that nobody knows about, Uhland, we never knew what to say.
Uhland.
Potato.
Uhland.
Yeah, it's
Uhland.
named after Friedrich Uhland, poet from Germany.
Oh, fantastic.
There we go.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Was his poetry any good?
I haven't read any, but I love the whole idea that it was named after an artist. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is good vibe. I like this. Maybe we should talk about this place.
Yeah.
It's good.
Do you guys have any other questions or experience from markets? Anything?
Any questions? I got a lot of good vendors on
Can I
here.
ask one more thing?
Yeah.
This is, I think maybe it goes off of what you were saying, but if you only choose 40 vendors and you have 50 jewelry vendors apply, how do we make our applications stand out to you? How do you
Yeah.
choose applicants, good or bad applications? Because you don't, most of the people, I'm assuming you aren't talking face to face, like you're receiving a bunch of applications online, so.
Well, up until this point, we've never really had public submissions before. It's always been kind of word of mouth or vendors recommending their friends. And so it was a slow growth, and we got to actually know everybody. And then this year, one of the reasons why we started talking is because they were talking about this Artisan Collective that they had, and I thought, well, this is a great opportunity to open it up for the first time and get some new vendors coming in. But you're definitely not going to see 5 and 6 jewelry vendors, and then there's certainly not going to be 2 right next to each other. So it is important to us that our attendees have options and unique options, and so we do like to ensure that there's kind of one of everybody and not 3 of anybody.
Right. And I appreciate that. I mean, as a jewelry vendor, I know that it can be very saturated with the market with that. But I also know that we're also very different. So there are other different jewelry vendors that can be there that I want the customers to be able to shop and have those options, like you said.
Like you and Judy, you guys were totally different this year. It was
Yeah,
great to
yeah.
have those options, and she had like this real boutique feel. I felt like I was stepping into kind of a spa, and she did great. Like she did really, really well, and she was probably the first permanent jewelry that actually did really well at the
does, yeah.
festival. And
She
it's
does a
because
really
of her
beautiful
setup.
setup,
She was
yeah.
so warm and inviting that people were just curious. Oh, what do you have going on here?
I could tell because whenever I went to Taylor Market Days, it's a very small market. They do it inside the old renovated high school. So then they do it in the hallways. It's very narrow. And when I went by and I saw her single table setup and how much she put into this single table in this hallway in this old school, I was like, that says a lot about. And she was so welcoming and
her
inviting.
vibe,
And
right?
yeah,
And that's what we're looking for is just,
Yes.
you know, we want all of our vendors just to be happy to be there. Like, you're going to do well at the festival, and so just have a good time and be friendly with people, and it will absolutely pay off.
And so with that, we will be asking people to submit the photos of their booths, photos of their products as well, so we can see that. And we also will be at markets actively looking at people, talking to people, and going to try to find these different, because that's the perfect time right there to find these people too. And also maybe we can find them at a market. The person will fill the application, and maybe there's a market that weekend and we can go actually see them, talk to them, and try to get that vibe off. Because it's going to be a very close-knit community. That's what it ends up being with these vendors, is we're all joking around, you know that, we're all joking around, hanging out and stuff. So we want to curate it with that too, with the same people too. So, yes.
So this is more of like a vendor question, but like, how do you prepare for something that big?
That's a great question. Thank you so much for-
Good question.
Yeah,
Yes.
You start early, and then you, especially with the Christopher has going on, you lean into the themed weekends too, because then you know that these products are what people are looking for, and you know they are probably going to gravitate more towards those. So you can use it as a way, one, to expand your creativity too, and be like, I'm gonna, he's got one of them is a butterfly weekend, and so I'm gonna challenge myself to do a bunch of, different butterfly kind of things. Maybe I can do a necklace, maybe I can do some earrings, maybe I can go back into my beadwork and try to do that, with some beaded hoops or something. Anything, but I think that leaning into those, overproducing your product too, because especially as jewelry vendors, that it doesn't go bad. It's not the same thing as like baking baked goods. You bake too much, and you gotta get rid of it. So definitely leaning into those weekends and knowing what your best sellers are too, and going ahead and overproducing it and curating your table. Maybe on Saturday, we did this on our last market weekend, Markets for Makers in Houston. We had one setup for our table. We saw the way that people were flowing around. We saw the way that they were gathering, and we decided the next day, this has to change. This has to change with the flow, and the same thing will happen back in Uhland. And it might be different every single weekend. People might flow differently around this way, and you can be my favorite F word, be flexible. Move your stuff around, have it, show it out. Yeah, it's my favorite F word. Move your product around and have it according to the flow of people too. That's what I would say too. Put your best product out there.
My fear is just always not having enough.
Yeah.
What a blessing that would be to get out of your products, right? That would be amazing, and then if I was able to do that, you bring your tools and your stuff there too, make stuff. Then if you were to have an hour and a half left, 2 hours left.
That's a great thing to touch on. If you, and I think that's why Judy did so well. She was the whole time. If she wasn't busy, she was sitting there making it. It just brought people over. They wanted to see what she was doing.
Yeah. And think about it, if you were to sell out and you were literally making some sort of earrings, necklaces, hairpins, whatever it is that you're making, you're wire wrapping some claws and stuff, people can be like, can I buy that as soon as you're done? Absolutely, you can. Just let me finish it right here, absolutely. So
take your custom orders.
Yeah, custom orders right here, right now.
And it has happened, but it's a promotional opportunity for you if you do run a house to sit there and just keep making product.
And to learn too, to really learn from that experience and kind of see it, because you're never going to be perfectly prepared for any market. So just know you can only do what you can do. And if you were to sell out, it's a
I was
blessing.
going to say, I don't love it when I hear that people are sold out, but it makes us happy to hear that somebody actually sold out for the day.
Yeah.
It means that our vendors are doing what we appreciate.
Will there be electricity for vendors? Because let's say it's a long weekend.
Sure.
Could I bring a barbecue?
You can bring your own small generator. You can bring a battery power. But
That would be
to
amazing.
run power for that size of a festival for vendors, we really just need portable batteries for the POS systems.
Yeah.
It's too costly.
Yeah.
It's just way too costly. This is a historical farm, so there isn't permanent power on the property. I will tell you that in the future, the goal and the objective, once we get our final approvals from the city, is that we will run permanent power in there. But right now, there's no power on the property.
We'll talk on the side about that because we silent generators.
Definitely silent generators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like a Jackery or
No, they're the little Panasonic or the little ones that you can barely hear.
Yes.
It's like maybe 12 decibels or 20 decibels tops. They're like the really
That
quiet
would be
ones.
a really
Some of them run on propane
I
too.
wanted
They're a lot
to do
quieter.
that.
be
our long
really interesting.
weekends,
That would be
do a
really
demo
interesting.
or something.
And I'll tell you, our whole gate runs off portable batteries.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if we can do it with the volume and everything that's going on there, vendors can definitely do it.
Okay, cool. Well,
And this year was a great example. I mean, the first year we had power, but we realized it's way too costly. This year we didn't have it, and we didn't hear about any issues, and everybody was good to go.
I think we can all appreciate that though. I think there's probably stuff that we all do that we're like, oh, we have to do this. That then it occurs to you at some point, especially if you're like scaling, that maybe I don't have to do that one thing. And let me just put it out there and see. Oh, nobody said anything. This one thing that I thought was going to break me.
Right.
It's good, yeah. So I had an example of that. Like, I used to, thanks. I used to handwrite all the thank you notes for the orders,
Oh, wow.
and it just got to a point where I was, I knew my hands to actually make stuff.
Right.
So I was like, okay, how can I bridge that gap? And I just like typed up a letter, and it was like what I would say, like, and it's not, it's not my ideal, but it still is effective, and it's been helping with reviews and things like that. So yeah, people more engaged. Also, one other thing that I was thinking about is Artisan Advancement Collective. One of the things that I see, and I've already seen it in play here, and that I want us to grow into is like, it's like a mentorship kind of, so like you had questions about like, how do I prepare for such a big thing and consecutive weekends and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, they could answer your question, I couldn't, but we had the same thing. Like, we're doing the most events that we have ever done this fall, and yeah, we just placed like another order for hardware just this week, and I got one in today because I'm like, but wait, what if we run out? Yeah. So.
Yeah, always worry with that. And I have, and the funny thing is, like, when I was in Houston, my Fibonacci earrings, people loved it. I sold out the first time I was there. Second time I came, I knew to make more, because whatever reason it was, Houston's liked my Fibonacci earrings, and I had more to sell next time, so I used it as a way to help grow my product in certain areas too. And you'll find out too when you do these larger markets too. Maybe Uhland sells different stuff, and you'll figure that out, and you can change yourself to be flexible and make the most money, but still be creative. Still be able to have a creative space, but also be able to change yourself too. Yeah.
You said there are weekends that there's specific themes?
Yes.
So how much advance notice will we have of those themes?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, we have all those.
We're gonna release it tomorrow. It's just kind of like a little.
Yeah, we have a whole presentation deck that has all the details, even who we advertise through, all the media that we get. You get a nice rounded presentation, so you will know
Yeah,
all the
Christopher put
details.
together a really beautiful packet.
If you're a parent, one more sleep.
One more sleep. Yeah, you wait for it. It'd be like Christmas opening up your Uhland
more
package.
sleep.
I love it. Yeah, you get to see it. It's really cool. Yeah.
And I'll be reaching out to everyone in the collective personally as well for that. I'll let everyone know, because that's kind of the reason we're coming out here. We're trying to build a group of vendors that we want this quality, we want that freedom, we want people to come to this festival and be like, man, this is an amazing market. Like Pottery Mill, something like that excites me, because this is a family event. It's adults, it's kids, and something like that is so interesting, and it's going to keep them there, and they're going to be like, did you see that over there? And they're all going to come over there and they're going to want to see that.
What I love about that too, though, is it's not, since these are people that are going to be local to the area that are coming to the festival, when they fall in love with your pottery, when they fall in love with your jewelry, your leatherwork, you're looking at your photos, when they fall in love with this, they get your contact information, and then they'll be booking with you the rest of the year too. They're going to be buying my jewelry the rest of the year, so it's not just the Uhland Fall Festival that you get to focus on. It actually continues to make money for you because of it is Central Texas and it is local, and then people will ask. They were asking me, what markets do you do? And I was telling about Taylor, I was telling about Georgetown, Second Saturdays, Green Market. So they're like, oh, now I know where to find you kind of thing. So it continues to add those sales to you. People will see your product, will appreciate the handmadeness from it, and continue to shop you too. So it just
Yeah, we'll be doing all kinds of spotlights, vendor spotlights, and tagging everybody. I know a lot of events they'll post about you guys, but then they won't tag you. Well, how are people supposed to find you?
that?
Right? I think that's because they're trying to hide who you are just for themselves, not us. We're going to tag you guys. We want you to get business from the festival. The better off, the better you do, the more you're going to want to come back to us in the future.
And what I saw too is how many repeat people came to these festivals. I asked every single person that came to my booth, I asked them, "Is this your first time to the festival?" And 9 times out of 10 it was a no. So these people come back every year. They have their friends, they invite their mom, their dad, and it's just this growing, continually, yearly growing thing too. So
At that volume. That speaks a lot.
that
I
volume.
mean, for us as vendors, I would say one of the ways that I know that here at Night Judge, vendor opportunities is like, okay, can we go back in socials and see, are they the same vendors year after year? Because that speaks a lot to the integrity of the group. So, interesting.
Yeah, we have customers even from the first Uhland that we did, and we've already had people reach back out to us from this year on our website. So we're already getting repeat business from you.
anybody else any questions?
Hey, selling. This
Yeah.
Back here.
I have sourdough bread, so
Oh,
micro bakery.
Uh-huh.
So I don't even do 2 days in a row yet because it's everything like small to huge. For I did them for a very long time. Jewelry. So I made jewelry for years, and I kind of like did it, and I started making down in the last 2 years. Farmers markets. This one was the spring. I still have a ton of jewelry, and I still dabble.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
And I don't. So I was invited to this Rebecca, who I think knows Artisan Advancement
No,
Which
Megan.
is my friend Megan.
Yes.
She's not here right now. Okay.
but she looks familiar. I don't know everything.
Amanda. Yes, you do look familiar.
Instagram profile.
Yes, probably. They've been busy.
So my friend Rebecca did this. She asked me to do it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's Rebecca.
Mercantile. Yes. Yes. Very good.
Here, guy, and I've been stuck in here, so
Awesome.
Try to bake. Get that sourdough on the festival. Okay? I will be your best customer for sure.
The big oven where I can bake, he doesn't have time to post.
We would love for you to
So,
come
what's
with
your
us.
business name?
Sourdough artisan.
Ah, yes.
I'm already following your Instagram.
I'm going to tag you on the.
Okay, cool.
So I am following my personal account, but I'm very interested. I'm not sure I bake now.
Right, no. Well, that's what the Artisan Collective is about too. We're about introducing you to different markets and festivals and things. I mean, we're excited to have Christopher here. This is a really big festival to be able to have here talking with us. But we're also going to be into those smaller markets too.
I don't know what tonight was thinking about.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Yeah.
Yeah, we are definitely one of the largest fall festivals in the state of Texas. So if we have our way next year, we will hit 90,000 people, and I will be very, very happy. And we'll be 10,000 people away from truly being the biggest fall festival like ours in the state of Texas. I mean, there's different formats, right? But we're definitely wanting to be the biggest in the class. We're approved up to 9,600 people per day. That would definitely get us past the 100,000, but we're limiting at 7,500 a day.
Okay.
Because let's get there first and assess the situation, and then next year we'll go for the record.
And it's with those numbers too, like even on the most busy days that was there,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like that at
Lots
all.
of
There's
space,
so
yeah.
much space, and the people appreciate it. They're not like rushed around in your vendor shopping area and stuff. It's awesome.
Well, it's almost like they feel more comfortable to be there all day. Because people will be there.
Yes.
I mean, you're already there.
Yeah.
I see people 5 times a day
Yeah.
while I'm there, and they got there at 10 in the morning.
People
I
shopped
know.
us.
And they're-
People
they're
shopped us
just hanging
twice or
out.
3 times.
Yeah.
They would buy from us, go get their friends, then come
Yeah.
back and show their friends, and then go away, and then be coming back. I mean, yeah, they stay there too.
I can't tell you how much I love to hear all of
Yeah.
this. It's
I know.
fantastic, yeah.
The first thing you said, you brought out the hay bales. I'm like, automatic seating.
Yeah, and seating too, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm Carissa. I own Firefly Bazaar.
Yay!
Blankets and cloaks and other coastings out of my home.
Yes.
Cool. Heck yeah.
I've been following you for a while.
Yay.
Coming out to the market, really.
Yeah, sorry I'm so late.
You are good.
My husband's like, are you going to that networking thing? I was like, what? And I live in Pflugerville, so it's
Yay!
a lovely trip through Round Rock.
You're welcome.
What product do you sell? Because you said you weren't sure if you would have enough.
Oh, I'm Jenna. I'm the witch stuff. I make fur accessories.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I make like claw clips and hair pins and
Gemstones
hair
too.
chains and all kinds of witchy accessories.
Wire wrap goodness.
Yeah, bookmarks, all kinds of good stuff.
I always appreciate another wire wrapped artist.
Context, you run the Uhland Fall Festival?
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know when it goes from when to when. I know you guys are live, so would you mind repeating for me?
Yeah, so it's,
Yes.
it's going to go from September 26th to November 1st.
Okay, so it's done now.
No, yeah, done now. We're going to be talking, this is about for the next year. Yeah, definitely.
So 6 consecutive weekends every Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 7.
So this is Christopher Durst. He is the owner and producer.
And weekends are going to have their own themes. John is going to reach out. John's going to be our point of contact for getting the vendors and gathering the vendors and vetting the vendors too. So we're going to send out a packet to y'all for joining this collective right now, and for tomorrow, and it's going to have all the information about Uhland, the different weekend themes. I think it's got the little map on there too about like.
It has last year's
Okay,
map,
okay.
just to give you an idea of what the festival, the layout is.
It was really awesome.
And when do signups end?
Signups and
So let me
When
say
you,
it.
like,
Let me
have
say it
your
like
vendor
this.
list?
Yeah.
We have limited space.
Yeah.
We're opening it up starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so it is a first come, first serve,
Okay.
because we only have limited space. If you do want to be a part, I would strongly recommend that you get in and book it. The cutoff is July 1st, but we'll never make it to July 1st. I think we'll probably make it to mid-January, and then we'll be done.
Tell us again, total quantity of vendors for the
Yeah,
each event.
40. We don't
40.
like going over 40. I mean, we have the capacity of 15,000 per weekend. So we really should be at like 60 or 70, but for us at a certain point, you can't find quality vendors when you start scaling past, in our opinion. I hope you guys can bring them, but we like our vendors to make money, and so if you guys are super happy and you're busy, I feel like 40 is like, I think it's plenty, especially for the space that we're going to do this year.
For
You'll
10,000
actually,
people?
for 15,000 people. That's what I'm saying. We should have way more vendors, but we like to keep it tight and intimate. And you'll be sharing the pumpkin patch this year. I mean, all the vendors love the space that they were in last year, but it was kind of towards the back with the animals.
yeah.
That sounds like you're tucked away in the back, but it's not.
It wasn't.
It's,
It was
it's
like
one
that,
of the
no.
busiest paths
It
back
was.
there, but based on the load in, load out, we realized we could actually simplify it, make it easier for the vendors and for us. So we're bringing it up to the front, and you're going to be right next to the entrance and exit.
Sounds like you're also flexible.
Oh, totally.
No,
Well, every year we change it up. The first year was in a different area, last year was in a different area, and then this year, and I'm sure
Yeah,
the
'cause you
next
learn.
year we'll move it again. Maybe it's on the other side of the pumpkin patch. But when people come to the festival, it's the same format, but it is a different festival every time you walk into it. Which is another reason why we like to do the themed weekends. I mean, structurally everything is in the same place, but it's just a different theme. You get to come back and have a different experience every weekend. But entirely every year the festival is completely moved around. The tents are in different places, activities are in different places. We even uproot the trees and plant them in different places.
And
Wow.
since it's weekends too, there's also incentive to book for multiple weekends and get a lower fee too.
Yeah, I was looking at the board. I don't see the fee. What's the?
That comes going out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have it more out
Yes.
tomorrow with
I'll
them.
have
Yes.
all the information on it tomorrow. So
We're still
everyone-
finalizing the scale.
Yeah.
Because they were like, hey, can we do an incentive if everybody's coming in for multiple weeks? And I said, yeah, let's do that. I think that would be fantastic. We like everybody being there multiple weeks. I think it's good for the attendees, it's good for our crew, and I think it's good for the vendors as well.
It's really nice for us too. Like I missed my first when I was first talking about it. I did the first year with him only for one weekend, and I could not wait to come back. I was booked up for my other weekends, but I did 3 this past weekend, and we're going all in next weekend because just knowing that I have this growing, already busy established festival that I can go to in this time when I'm trying. It's really hard for us to book up festivals too. To have that, it was incredibly relieving every single weekend to know where are we going to be. Oh, we're going to be in Uhland. This is good. I knew that it was going to be good. And
It's your Uhland season.
it was your
Yeah.
Uhland season,
Yeah.
and it was really nice. Yeah.
So we like to have fun too,
Yeah.
and I know that you guys felt that, and you certainly contributed to it. But I do not like going to markets and everyone's just so stiff with each other, and no one's communicating. It's just you feel that energy,
Stress.
right? And
Yeah.
so we kind of like set the tone. We get everybody excited. Hey, let's decorate your booths. You know, like everybody has a really good time. It's like it's literally like a family reunion every year, and everybody comes back. Yeah.
I will say, we say 40 are open. In all reality, it's more like 32 because of the returning vendors that are coming out there for the full 6 weeks. The ones that have been doing this since the dripping schools days. So in all reality, there's really about 32, maybe a couple more. But that's what's going to be open.
Okay, we're going to keep on going around. We know that you do photography. I'm going to put you on here.
Oh, okay.
No, introducing ourselves and what we do.
Oh yeah, yes.
Next, okay, so my name's Corbin. I own Miguel Visuals. I'm a portrait photographer. I do also sell prints, and I have a mini print dispensing machine.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's just one of my favorite things. I just got into it. Like a full.
Oh, I've seen them. They're so cool.
So it's my personal prints. I also do theme prints like pumpkins in the fall, all kinds of cityscapes, anything. I like to make art as well. I love making art with people, but I also love making art when there's no people to make art with. So this is like a bit of the like late 90s, early 2000s vintage little print tattoo dispenser that you put the quarters in and it pops out a little thing. And so I put my photography in there. So you can buy a little print for $1, and the kids love it, of course. So I'm paper. I wouldn't make any money. I'd have to charge more than $1.
Yeah.
Yes, but I totally could. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm usually a lot more animated. I hurt my shoulders, so that's why when I'm turning, I'm turning like this, just so you'll know. I really am usually a lot more animated and excited. But
Doing the whole. It reminds me of that.
yes, I'm feeling very robotic today.
All right, Ian.
Ian, I do VXB leather and crafts, primary leather work, and I do all the leather work.
All the leather work.
Woohoo!
I do question rings all the way to keychains.
He actually has this really cool stingray.
Yeah, I was going to say, and Stingray.
Not the blue thing. He's got this really cool stingray leather. Yeah, that's amazing. So,
Yeah.
coolest stuff you can imagine. Check out the look at the color on that. Isn't that cool? Yeah. All right.
I haven't attempted the stingray because, I'm like, what needles? Yeah.
All right. What, babe?
Well, do we want to do Penny?
Penny.
Yeah.
Penny here. My name is Penny. I also work with Levi Leather and Crafts. I make beauty jewelry, ornaments. I do handmade belts out of these.
I thought you said beauty products earlier. Did I mishear?
Yes.
Beat it.
Beaded.
Beaded. So yes, you guys could definitely have a same booth together. I literally thought you said beauty products. And I was like, that is totally different stuff.
Well,
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Bracelets.
Because you're making leather jewelry and stuff as well, right?
These were actually bought.
Oh, okay.
Last time it was the earring.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, I totally misunderstood you earlier.
And I'm Jenny. I'm Chipmunk Ceramics. Pottery. Luminaries. Pottery cups. I also have like a mini surprise machine, a mini vending machine. So
I like
do,
the interactiveness of
keychains,
this.
Yeah, absolutely.
magnets and stuff.
I like the market and it's somebody with a ceramic you weren't there, right?
No, I-
you're just ceramic. This ceramic person that was the McCall market, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
So get on that. Where's my one hitter?
I'm not a smoker, so
Come on,
I
butthead. Come on,
Lean
butthead.
into it if you're gonna do it. We're gonna say it. Lean into it, Jane. Yeah, that's it for right now. Yeah. And then obviously Danielle and
Well, obviously we have a bunch of people joining us, so.
yeah, Danielle. I'm gonna be.
Oh, wait,
Blooming
there
Heart
she
Shop.
is.
Blooming Heart Shop started in 2020 and been growing it ever since. Even decided to bring my husband in too at the fold to be able to create more masculine items, to be able to carry all of my stuff to the markets too. So I've got my own little photo over here too to help me. So and now he's taking on this whole artisan search too for Uhland Fall Festival. It's really cool because the number one thing we love to do is we love to be social with our vendor friends. I think y'all know that if you've ever been to a market with me, I'm walking around, I'm taking photos, I'm talking to y'all. I used to even do my own vendor market reviews too with that too, so I kind of understand what it takes to have a good market and to have a good promoter too. I've been doing this for a while, so I know that I've seen some really bad things and I've seen some really good things, and I'm excited to have you guys introduce y'all to Christopher too, because he's one of the really good producers that I've come across too. So ones that care are few and far between. So to be able to share him with y'all, have you grow with him too, because like I said, it wasn't just the fall festival. Since these people are coming from all over Central Texas, they end up shopping you the rest of the year too. So.
Awesome. And I am Amanda Willis, part of the duo, but it's really a trio. Grit Mercantile, and our daughter is here. She's the trio part. She's our photographer, which is huge, but she's like helps on the back end. Sent newsletter, thank you, the other day, and she also makes leather goods as well, and so my husband and I handcraft leather goods with a classic style. We are inspired by mostly like British classic style, but also a little bit of Japan and a little bit America, and we design everything. So we also sell digital patterns and acrylic templates, and we also sell crafting tools, which are sewing seam guide ruler is doing very, very well. And we just found out this week that our corner radius guide is excellent for people who build custom countertops.
Oh, all right, dual purposes. I like that.
Custom countertops are corner radius guide. Yes.
That's really cool.
You never know the connections, which is why I've always been a connector with people. I'm very people oriented, and I just love bringing people together, and we can do so much more together, which is why we got coffee together one day, and I'm like, this is what I'm thinking about.
I think other people need to know and to grow together and talk about this, share our experiences, share our successes, share our failures, share my successes with this guy. I'm not going to gatekeep anything with y'all. I want y'all to be just successful at this as me and as everybody else here. So
Awesome.
Is it time for us to go?
I think so.
I think we've been going long enough.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
So
thank you,
thank
live.
you guys so much
You're
for joining
going
us
to.
live. We're here live.
Cutting you
Thank
off.
you, Christopher.
We'll post again.
For being
Say
out here.
Christopher.
Thank y'all for being here and for showing up in person. Really appreciate it. Dealing with mosquitoes in the beginning and all that too.
Awesome. Thank you, Root to Rise, for hosting us.
Yeah, and thank you, Megan, with Root to Rise. Appreciate it, babe. I'll lock up. Don't worry. Yeah, and look forward to the next meeting next month. It might be at a different location because of the cold weather. In December it sometimes can get cold. So we'll let you know if it changes. But if not, we'll definitely looking forward to seeing y'all at the next one. And look forward to the packages going out for the Uhland Fall Festival
And
tomorrow.
don't leave, make sure I get your information.
Yeah, John's got a little pad over there. You want to be part of it. For sure.
Awesome.
All right. Bye, guys.